Welcome to the Yap Corner, a podcast for dog parents by dog parents.
We're your hosts, Madison, Bennett, and Jess, Ramberg, two dog-obsessed humans who know that life is just better with a pup. I'm Madison, and my favorite place to go on a vacation is always the beach.
And I'm Jess, and if I didn't have a Corgi, I think I would have a Westie. So this isn't your typical dog podcast. We're not here for food debates or training manuals.
Just real talk about the everyday chaos and joy of life with a pup.
So grab your pup, beverage of choice, and let's yap about it all. We are getting situated back into the studio. We don't have our microphones. We don't have our stands. We don't have our headsets. We have been on the road. We did an episode on site at the beach, which was really fun. Check out that episode. We do dog parents in the wild and interact with some strangers and ask them about their dogs, and it was a really fun day. So we're back in the studio. We're getting situated. Today's episode is all about, it's a couple different things. We're going to celebrate dog dads. It was just Dog Dad Day and Father's Day. So shout out to all those who celebrate, all those father figures in your life. And then we'll wrap it up. We're going to do a game. We asked our dog dads of these little crazies some questions. And they're not here in the studio with us, but we got some answers from them, and then we're going to do a little show and tell with our favorite products and all the things that we have.
Yeah, it should be a very fun episode. I just realized what Apollo's staring at, and it's one of the things that we'll cover later, but it's one of his favorite things.
Favorite toy.
That's why you're sitting on me today, Bubbo. So we're going to call this the Dog Dad Hall of Fame.
What a great name.
So to kick us off, we're going to shout out some of our favorite dog dads, since you mentioned Dog Dad Day just happened. And some of those people we've met their dogs, and some we have never met. Hopefully one day we'll meet. We have Brian and Maxine, of course, Chris with Hammy and Fiona, of course, some of the Korg dads and Korg.
We met Tika the Iggy's dads. We've met them a couple times at events with the meet and greets.
At PetCon.
That was fun.
Always with their cutest outfits.
Always. The Doggist. We love to follow that account with Elias and all the fun stuff he does.
Darcy and the dad, who has a cute dachshund on TikTok. And if I actually didn't have a Corgi, I think my other dog would be a dachshund. So I do love to follow dachshunds.
I feel like that's a very common pair. I've seen Corgis and dachshunds.
Yeah, they're both low riders, so it's pretty common. We have Chris and Nala that does Nala stomps. Hopefully one day I get blessed with some Nala stomps myself. We also have Brody, the dude, out in Miami living their best life.
Such fun content when he's biking and the goggles and the backpack. My favorite, I think, is when he went to Coachella and got the braids in Brody's hair.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I feel like Brody is a human, like one of those actually humans in dog forms.
He has a full personality.
And he gives big hugs. He looks so cuddly. I just want to cuddle him. We also have Cody Torres,
who with the Shiba Inu, they do a lot of fun skits. I think like my favorite is when he puts the headset on his dog and it, does like a skit of like that coworker that does XYZ. And like funny. The dog will just be sitting there on the computer like side-eyeing him. Oh,
that's so funny.
It's cute.
We also have Lil Man Life and also Elko from Away on Earth. They're a traveling duo. And I think last but not least, Miss Peaches.
We love Miss Peaches.
Miss Peaches. I just saw they had posted about Dog Dad Day, and he got surprised with her. They were both wearing like matching pajamas that said "I love Dad" on them. Let's chat through some of the most famous celebrities and their dogs and who those people are. One of my favorites is Shohei Ohtani. Was a favorite until he left the Padres to the Dodgers. So, yeah. But his dog Decoy is so cute. I think he's even on his shoes, right?
Yes, everywhere. Even earlier in the year, my parents and I went to a game, and there was a drone show at the end. And they did like one specifically of his dog.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dream, guys. You guys will be in a drone show one day, right?
Yes. That is going to be a moment that you make it, is when your dog is featured in a drone show.
You guys would be really cute drones. Drone shows. Not a drone, but I guess you are a drone at that point. Then there's Chris Evans and his dog Dodger, who's a boxer mix. He even has a matching tattoo of his dog's name on him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I know something we would do.
I want to get the ears, like the outline of the ears. I think we both do.
Yeah.
Which one would you get?
I know, they're very different ears now. Maybe you have to get both. Yeah. But did you see, speaking of Brian and Maxine, Brian for Dog Dad Day got Maxine, I don't know if it was for Dog Dad Day, but he got Maxine tattooed on him, and it was beautiful,
it was,
portrait.
Detailed, and yeah, it was really pretty.
Yeah, and I'm like, you guys would be really amazing tattoos. There's Ryan Reynolds and his dogs Baxter and Billy, who Baxter is a rescue from a shelter in Texas, and often they share goofy moments with each other. And he also jokes that his dog is a better actor than him.
Speaking of Ryan Reynolds and dogs in Dogpool, or not Dogpool, Deadpool, but they call him Dogpool, I think. There's a dog that is, because the most recent one, and they have all these different versions of Deadpool, and there's one that comes out as a dog. And I think that dog was voted the ugliest dog in the world.
Oh, I know you're talking
something.
about.
Yeah. It has no hair and its tongue sticks out. And it was on the red carpet doing premiere shows. And obviously in the movie, Deadpool's obsessed with that dog.
Mm-hmm.
So funny.
That's funny. I did see during Halloween time, which sometimes we dress our dogs up in Halloween costume, surprise. But I saw Dogpool, Deadpool, whatever you want to call it, costume, and it was really cute. And I thought Gemini would look cute in that. There's also Tom Holland and his dog Tessa, who's a blue Staffordshire Terrier mix or Bulldog Terrier mix. But that dog also walks the red carpet a lot of times with Tom Holland and does some appearances.
Oh, nice.
Which is fun. I think some famous ones that a lot of people know of are Barack Obama's dogs, the Obama dogs, which are those Portuguese water dogs, Bo and Sunny. I always love just seeing the photos of them at the White House and running on the lawn. And
the portraits.
The portraits.
So regal, so sophisticated.
Yeah.
To be a White House dog.
To be a White House dog.
And I'm sure there are people who are attendants, the Queen. Mm-hmm. She had attendants to watch the dogs and take care of them.
Oh yeah, these dogs will live the best life. They'd have all the farmers' dog food. They would have all the treats galore. I mean, maybe
they're probably groomed very nicely.
Yeah, they're probably well taken care of. Their teeth are brushed daily.
Yes, all the things. It's always fun seeing celebrities, athletes, anyone really with their dog. And even I saw the Doggist, he did a segment with Stephen Colbert, I think, or one of the talk show hosts, and talked about the dog, what it means to them, what are they all about in their lives. And it's fun to see the uniqueness of people, even celebrities and your favorite athletes, with all their dogs that they have. Mm-hmm. It's cool to see the stories, and everyone can relate. Not everyone, because not everyone's a dog lover, but you can relate and have connection with their stories and their dog.
I even know Chrissy Teigen and
John.
Oh my gosh.
That was my wedding song. What is it?
I have to
look. All of you
loves
all of me.
I'm sad that I forgot. John Legend.
John Legend.
Yeah. Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, their dogs, I think they have a couple at least. Because they had they have the dog food brand. But I'll say, so they always would incorporate their dogs in a lot of their posts and videos, and they're really a part of the family, which I loved. And then they created that dog food brand, and now that dog food brand, Kismet, does a lot of pack walks and stuff in LA, and I think raises money for rescues and whatnot. And it's just funny to see them as celebrities, and they have completely different worlds, you know, being model and singer, and then now their dog, like one of their big things that they've created is related to their dog. So I just love seeing how celebrities are incorporating their dogs into their lives.
Like I said earlier in the episode, the dog dads aren't here present, but we did ask them a handful of questions, and we're going to chat through those right now and give you their answers to what we asked them.
So our first question we had for them is, what was your first thought when you met the dog? So in your case, Ziggy, what was your husband's first thought?
When we rolled up to the breeder's house, they had a gate that someone had to come open, and immediately we're like, what did we get ourselves into? So his answer was interesting location of the breeder, and Ziggy ran out with Bernie's mountain dogs. So he was like, she's so small.
Well, I have 2 dogs, so when I asked my husband what he first thought about Apollo, and he had picked us up at the airport when I got Apollo, and he just saw him in the little carrier, and he looked like a little bear, like a little teddy bear, and he's like, that is the cutest dog in the world. And he just immediately fell in love. And then with Gemini, we had gone to do a meet and greet with the breeder, and we were like, we're just going to go take a look at her, see if we like her, whatever. And she came out with these little floppy ears, like her ears weren't up yet. And he's like, oh my God, like her ears are going to stay down like that, aren't they? Like, that's so cute. And the breeder's like, most people want the ears up. And we're like, no. So we were just obsessed with her ears, and we're still obsessed with her ears today. But that was his main thing. He was like, I'm obsessed with her ears. So what's his go-to nickname for Ziggy?
Go-to nickname is Little Orange Buffalo. I don't know where it came from, but one day he just started calling her Little Orange Buffalo. I even asked, I was like, where did that come from? He goes, she looks like an orange buffalo. Which I don't see, but that's his go-to nickname for her.
I'm like now trying to picture a buffalo next to Ziggy.
Yeah, nothing.
I think we need to put like a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah. Ziggy, buffalo.
Just make it like orange and see. I mean, honestly, I could maybe see it.
So
whatever.
That's the go-to nickname.
Yeah, for us, it's same nicknames, honestly, as I say, but he always calls them the Doobs. He calls him Tubo Dubo, him as an Apollo, Tubo Dubo, but he's always like Bubbo. That's his name for him. And Slim Jim, Slim and I, Slimmy.
Yes.
We're just
all the names.
All the names for Gemini. Does your husband think that the dogs look more like you or him?
When I asked him this question, he said, I have no response for this.
My husband was like, I mean, neither? They're dogs? But then he was like, well, if we're going to say that, then Apollo looks more like me and Gemini looks more like you. And I was like, wait, so I have big ears? Like, what does that mean? He's like, no, she just looks more like you. And I was like, she's got a big snoot? Like, I got a big nose now? Like, what?
Reading into it.
Yeah, of course.
But, I mean, I think we've all seen the photos of owners and their dogs and how they look alike. Those are some of the funniest photos.
Yeah.
When the owners have like curly hair and
they have a poodle. Yeah.
Or, there's so many.
Yeah.
A muscular guy and it's like a pug.
If I was a dog, I would probably be a Corgi because I'm like short and got short legs. I got little legs like them. I don't know, but.
Yeah, I guess that would be funny. What? That's a question. A question for you all out there, for all the yappers. What dog are you?
Well, I think you're whatever dog you got.
Yes, but
it's
maybe
like your
not.
soul dog. So
yeah.
Then it comes to you for a reason because it looks like you.
Maybe.
You start looking like each other. Like you start doing your hair. I was kidding. What's one thing they secretly love doing for the dog, even if they're pretending it's a chore?
Whenever I do, because I will do all the grooming, nail cutting, teeth brush, all that with Ziggy. I've been doing that since she was a puppy. But he has taken on the brushing task. He, I think, just loves, I don't know, brushing her.
Probably like soothing.
Yeah.
Like calming.
Yeah.
I like brushing them too. I get it. I asked my husband this, and he was like, every night before we go to bed, he always picks up Apollo and like puts him on his shoulder and carries him to bed like a baby or whatever. You don't carry a baby on your shoulder. But anyways, he carries him to bed like, okay, time for bed.
Gemini doesn't get that treatment?
No. She's usually, yeah,
She's an
I'm sorry,
independent girl.
Gem. You've always been an independent
you need to
girl.
start picking Gemini up then.
I do. Well, I do sometimes, but usually one of us brings both of them up and then the other person herds the cats to bed. So, yeah.
It's a whole process.
Sorry, Gem. If the dog could talk, what would they say in the morning to them?
His response was, Ziggy would say, it's too early. And what's funny is he wakes up really early in the morning to go to work, and Ziggy will just lay in the bed and won't move. But the moment my feet hit the ground, she kind of perks up and is like, oh, is it time to get up? But he'll be up, getting ready, making coffee, getting ready for the day, and she will stay flat, laying in her bed, not moving.
And his response was, Apollo would be like, oh, can I come to work with you, Dad, today? Because there was one time when he was a puppy that he brought him to the office, and he, works at a place that dogs definitely don't need to be at. And HR sent out an email like, as of today, no dogs are allowed. And he didn't even do anything. He sat on a desk and everybody was obsessed. But they were like, no, it's actually a policy. Like, we don't allow dogs. And he thinks there's this one woman in HR that just didn't like dogs. And so she was like, no. And you're like, okay, how do you hate a dog in the office? But anyways, so every morning he's like, he wants to go to work with me. Can I go to work with you, Dad? Whatever. And Gemini is just like, is it breakfast time yet? You feeding me? And he's like, go back to bed. But every morning, like you said, at the point of saying something to your partner and then saying something to the dog that's different, every morning he's like, all right, have a good day, Bubba. Like, give him kisses. Mom's going to bring you to the park and you're going to get lots of treats and get lots of cuddles. And I'm like, what are you promising them? I have to go to work too.
Early in the morning.
Yeah. Early, like 5 a.m. early. And he'll come to Gemini and he's like, okay, be a good girl. I hope you find a lizard today. Like, all these things. And he's like, all right, bye, babe. Have a good day. And I'm like, he's
hitting all those, like, trigger words for the dog. Yeah. They're getting all excited.
Early in the morning. And I'm like, hey, I still have an hour till my alarm goes off.
I saw a video of someone giving affirmations to their dog, and I thought it was the funniest thing. Mm-hmm. So frequently I will give affirmations to Ziggy.
You're beautiful, you're strong.
You're kind, you're independent, you're loving.
I go to Apollo all the time because he's like always nervous. I'm like, you're such a brave boy. You got this. Gemini, you were like, so strong, independent girl. You're going to win this. You better run fast. We treat them very differently from a boy and a girl dog. It's funny. He's like my baby boy though. So
he is.
It's hard not to. Which of you is more high maintenance, you or the dog?
Yeah, he immediately said Ziggy, but then went back and forth. And then it turned into a lengthy discussion on who is more high maintenance, and it just came down to both.
Yeah. Well, I think everything you do, she does, and everything she does, you do.
Exactly. That's where it went to, because he's like, oh, like Ziggy does all this, but he said, wait, she does all this because of you.
Yeah.
So then it was like, yes, we do it together.
That's funny. My husband's response was Gemini. Just flat out Gemini. And I think it's because we've been going through a lot with her and paying a lot of money for vet bills, so right now she's top of mind on
situational. Gemini is the high maintenance.
Yeah, and she needs she's a puppy still, so she needs like a lot of attention and do things, and I take her to agility and all these activities, so she's sleeping right now. So
we had to stop recording to feed them dinner.
Yeah, now they're calm. This is all we needed. Next time, reminder. I'm going to feed them before. What's a proud dog dad moment you've had or will never forget?
He said the first time Ziggy caught the Frisbee, we would, especially during COVID, when we have those mornings off, we'd go to the dog beach and we'd practice throwing the Frisbee. And then the first time she like actually caught it.
Oh.
That was cool for him.
And now she catches it all the time.
Yeah, like she does. And we'll show it later with our products, but it's a flying squirrel. So it's not necessarily a Frisbee, but it's kind of like a soft cloth kind of water toy that she's obsessed with.
Honestly, that should have been her nickname. The Flying Squirrel.
Flying Squirrel.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. If she had a tail, she would look like a little squirrel.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
That would be
We got a new name for you. The
Flying Squirrel.
Tailless Squirrel. His thing was, it's mostly proud because he knows that they love him as much as they love me because I'm always with them. But whenever he comes home from work, they are there with a toy in their mouths and they're ready to play. And Apollo always just gives them the biggest "awoo," and I still haven't caught it on camera. I'm going to get it one day. But he just like does his like bow and "oh," and he's like, that makes me feel proud because he's like loves them. Has the dog ever embarrassed them in public?
His answer was the first time Ziggy pooped in a intersection, and it was a busy one.
Oh gosh.
And had to like stop, and it was a whole scene, and he was just like flustered.
Yeah. And
I mean,
like,
we both
like,
were.
I'm gonna pick up the poop, I promise.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and the timer, like the countdown of the crosswalk, is like all this pressure.
yeah.
So I think we had to leave it and then like wait for the cars to stop and then go back and
hope
get
they
it.
Don't like run over it.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I'd be like, well.
Yeah. For us, Paulo, when he was in Corgi Nationals race a few years ago.
Such a great story.
Let me just preface this by
saying
he's
you gotta set the scene because this is a great story.
He's not good with recall. And we went to this race, like, Apollo's fast, like, we're gonna do so great. And how it works is like you race a heat and then the top 5 or whatever go on to the next in the semifinals. And when you get to the semifinals at this Corgi Nationals race, you make it to the Santa Anita horse track. And, you know, picture this, there's dirt really thick that the horse is running. There's people there that are there to watch the horse race, that this is taking place like in between some horse races. So some of those horses were off to the side, and then they set up the Corgi like racing boxes. My husband was down, I think he was releasing and I was catching, and the race happens and I just didn't even think anything of it. But Apollo's coming, he's going fast, he's like taking out other corgis as he does because he just wanted to play, and he just runs by me and I'm like, okay. So I started trying to like run to get him, but his favorite thing is being chased, so chasing him does not help get him. And I'm like, Apollo, come here, touch, whatever. Not listening. There's, like I mentioned, the horse is down at the other side, and he starts running towards them. And we're like, no, not the horses. Gets close to them, like kind of backs up, like freaks out a little bit, and then goes and pees on the fence on the race. And my husband is like running, trying to catch him. I'm running, trying to catch him. Everybody's off the field of the track at this point, except for me, my husband, and then Dan, the one that runs Corgi Nationals. And we're just like trying to get him, and people in the stands are like, every time we get close to him, they're like, and we don't get him, they're like, like, oh my gosh. And then my husband just dives into this dirt and grabs him, and it's like covered head to toe in the dirt, and everybody just starts cheering and clapping, and he's like walking out so embarrassed. He's like, never doing that again. And he goes in the bathroom to clean up, and everyone in the bathroom's like, oh, are you the guy that just had to like dive into the horse crap pretty much to get your dog? And so ever since then he's like, we're never doing it again. And then like a couple months ago I was like, Apollo, you want to race again? and then he made it to semifinals. We're like, never mind. We're
like, pull him out.
We're not doing that again.
I know. I always said, I was like, this could be on if you missed the dog, because it was like watching it, because we were all watching it, and it was like slow motion how it happened, where he just like jumped in the air and just grabbed Apollo.
Yeah.
But if you missed him, I always said that's gonna be on the Sports Center, not top 10.
Oh.
Would have been amazing.
For Gemini, his response was, when she was a puppy, we had took her to, I think it was like UTC, which is a dog-friendly mall, and just like in the middle of the department store. I think he was talking to like a person about buying a suit or something in a Nordstrom, and she just starts peeing like on the carpet in this nice store, and we're like, and so we like go and grab paper towels from them and start patting it, and we're like, oh, puppies.
It's happened to us all.
Yeah.
That was a fun little Q&A. Highly recommend giving your dog dad or dog dad figure in your life those questions and see what they have to say. But now we're moving on to what we're calling what's in our bag. We're just going to walk through these bags full of stuff that we went around the house grabbing and putting in and talk about some of the products, the
for real favorites.
Yes, our favorites, why we like them, why we got them. Yeah. Just, I don't know, chat through because everyone has different stuff for their dog. And I love learning what people use because there are tons of things out there. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to walk through it and yap about it.
Yeah. We'll start here with, we have a lot of different carriers. I don't know if people can see them, but we'll pick them up. So the first thing we have here is our little chunk backpack, which we both have and love. I mainly use this for going around town, going on a bike ride, mainly walking around in places that your dog's allowed without a bag or in a bag, like on a train and things like that. But it's a great commuter bag and it's really easy to get your dog into as it zips down both sides and has great support for their neck, really. So this one also has a tail, which is great for our tailed friends here, like Gemini. And so there's that one. And then we also have the Canine Sports Sack. This one we both love, honestly, for more like hiking adventures, doing things that are active, as it has this front pocket. We put treats in it. We put extra poop bags. And it also has these side pockets for water bottles or whatever you really want to put in it. But it's great, like all in one, being able to carry everything. But it doesn't have a tail. So this one we usually use for Apollo and this one for Gemini.
This is Ziggy's home away from home. It's her Roverland dog carrier. This is a size large. And we use this for, mostly for all air travel, but we'll also use it for trains, boats, anything else. She has loved this ever since she was a puppy. We used this years ago, and I highly recommend a nice dog carrier. It's spendy, but we travel all the time, so it's definitely got its money's worth. And they come in different sizes and colors. You have, I think, 2 of them.
Yeah. You had turned us on to them, and we love it.
Yeah, and they're great. And then this is also a Roverland. It's like a pop-up. It's bigger. So if I have to be somewhere that Ziggy has to be in a crate, and again, usually we're traveling, so this is really portable. But on the inside, it has things that pop up, and it gives her a portable crate for that. So we love using those.
I also use the Roverland for my cats too.
Yeah.
So dogs, cats, they're big cats, so that really fits them well. But like you said, it can fit under a seat under a plane, which is really important when traveling.
Okay, so I guess now we just
let's just
dive in.
Like Santa Claus.
I know.
Pulling stuff out.
But we'll just take turns. So you go and then I'll go.
We have some walk essentials that we love. I personally have loved all of the Lucy & Co. harnesses because they were reversible, so that you kind of get 2 uses out of them. And they have a pull on the back. But this one's more of a cute look kind of thing, whereas our rough wear, which I don't know if you have it here, I didn't bring it up, but we use that more for trails and things that are going to get dirty.
Let's see. Oh, these are some of Ziggy's favorite toys.
Oh gosh.
So this is the flying squirrel. Anytime, and this is the smaller one. Usually you see the big ones, which is impossible for Ziggy to carry around. So anytime I see a small one from Chuck It, the flying squirrel, I'm grabbing that off the shelf. And then she loves these hard chewing, I don't know, these things. And then any of the where you put the treat or the food,
snuffle toys.
Yeah, any of these snuffle ones, she loves that activity. So these are some of Ziggy's favorite toys.
So we put one away because the dogs are all obsessed with it.
Oh, wait, we have to grab it.
You want to grab it? So these balls have faces on them. They come in packs of like 20 or something on Amazon. And these are a hit with all of them. But they normally have a squeaker in them. And immediately my dogs pull the squeaker out. So it just sounds like kind of
And the squeaker is loud.
Very.
We have tons of these. And anytime my husband finds one, he puts it in a bag and puts it like in the cabinet.
My favorite thing to do is to bring some to your house and piss them off. And I'm like, hey, Ziggy, look what I got you.
So funny.
But like all the dogs have come and are like, where did that go?
Yeah.
So that's a favorite. But for us, we are big fetchers in this house. So anything from Chuck It with a launcher, we use this all day, every day in the backyard or at the park. This one doesn't have a squeaker in it, but there's a blue ball version of these. And those are the ones I always buy in packs because they have anything with a squeaker my dogs love.
Do you lose them often, like at the beach, or not really?
I feel like they're very valuable. So the problem is we have like a hill in our backyard. And so we throw this launcher will go far. And I don't know how to control it sometimes. And I'll throw it over the fence. Luckily, our neighbors are nice and like usually throw it back. But then you've gotten us like the glow in the dark ones or the confetti ones. So they have different fun ones, but we try not to lose them. But if we do leave it at a park, it's unfortunately usually gone because these are valuable.
Yeah, lucky enough, we've gotten like National Fetch Day boxes from Chuck It. And I'm usually like bringing all this stuff to you because Ziggy, she likes the chase and the idea of fetch. And she has to be in the right mood to bring it back.
Well, luckily, both of them love chasing it, and then Gemini's great at returning it. So Apollo will grab it, bring it halfway, and then Gemini brings it all the way.
That's funny. Let's see. Some like treat supplements. I'll just pull out a couple. We love this daily vitamin from Native Pet. So I'll just sprinkle a scoop of this like every morning, and it just has like all the things: healthy digestion, mobility, sensitive skin. Definitely feel like now that, I mean, Ziggy's 5, but as she's aging, like I probably want to look into more vitamins, supplements, joint, all that stuff.
I was actually talking to some friends this weekend about that, and they recommended Dasaquin for joints. So it's something I need to look into. And
then we do some dental powder. We love the Pupford training treats, especially low cal and the freeze dried because they're not messy, and I can just shove these in pockets and have them. These are perfect. And then we had a friend turn us on to these Oravet like hygiene shoes, and she said too, like buy the big ones and then just cut this like in half, so you like get more. And so I will give Ziggy like these Oravet for the dental shoes. I haven't seen those. I got these off Amazon.
Oh, nice.
But they have like, all the things to fight the plaque and bacteria, and we've loved these with Ziggy.
On our health and wellness, I guess, or food and all that, got a few things here. So our dogs are obsessed with the Whimsies, especially the alligator ones. They get one of these every morning. I had bought the box of, like, there's like a big box of different shapes and stuff. And for some reason, I think it's like the turmeric in the red one, but it makes them throw up. And so I have to only get the alligator ones, which they love. But they don't sell this in the big bag. So this is on a repeat delivery for us off of Amazon. And I've written to Whimsies or whoever the company is. And I was like, can you please make a big box? And I don't think my thing ever got seen. But hopefully one day.
One day.
And then we also have Finn vitamins. We love everything Finn. The calming aid, the multivitamin, the hip and joint, the skin and coat. I think I like swear by it, making their coats all shiny and nice. So it just makes me feel good giving them vitamins. Honestly, they get more vitamins than I give myself. So yeah, I should probably work on that.
Yep, same.
And then I think the last thing I brought here in terms of like treats is this Tilted Barn. They're from Canada. And these actually go in the refrigerator after you open them. But they're usually like well-made, whole beef, single protein treats. I don't feel bad giving them to the dogs, and they're obsessed with them. They're great for training. I kind of break them up because they come in sticks, and they eat them. So.
Yeah, we like Tilted Barn too. Speaking of Finn, I got a new pack here of their Paw Hero. So we use some, I guess, like medical stuff with paws. I forgot another thing, but this like so like the paw balm makes like Ziggy's paws soft, but then also too I'll use this Mushers secret stuff. I don't know, like I never knew about this until someone told me, and it's just great protective layer on the dog's paws, like a hot day when we take the dogs like the pool and they're running around. Like I will just put this on Ziggy's paws to help just protect it, and hopefully it doesn't, it saves her from her paw like ripping open.
You had told me about that we had a 4th of July party, and the dogs love to jump like from the pool in there, and they were like scraping up their paws. And so ever since then, like putting that on the dogs before any pool parties, I recommend it to everybody too that goes to a pool party because it's great. Speaking of protecting their paws, some shoes. These do come in packs of 4 because they have 4 paws, but these are just some of them. These are a riff-raff. I'm obsessed with the look of these, honestly, and they kind of fall off sometimes, so that's the hard part.
Oh, it's because Corgi's legs are different. Like
is that why?
Yes. Yeah, I learned this because obviously with Little Stumps, we needed boots for the basketball courts, and we tried so many different shoes. But same thing, they just like fly off the Corgi's paws. And the way that like the anatomy of the Corgi's leg doesn't fit with like the standard dog anatomy leg. So where they're like elbow or knee or whatever bends is lower, so it flies off. Whereas like a standard dog that has like a longer leg, this is like holding on to it and it's not being bent here.
That makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm. So
all right, we need to make a dog shoe that's for Corgis apparently.
Yeah, and I think it's been tried and done before, but we just stick to the little rubber like balloon boots for the dog, for the Corgis, and it has worked the best.
We also love everything, honestly, like local small shops. We try to support them all. One of our favorites is Cookies & Co. Alice, the owner, is so nice and based in San Diego, and these are some of her cute bandanas. She's got a lot of fun prints. They're very affordable, well made. Their leashes are well made. She has a lot of stuff, but we try to always buy from Cookies & Co.
For another toy, well, this was another snuffle thing, but the flirt pole from Swift Paws, Ziggy goes nuts with this, especially if it's like a rainy day or just around the house. So this like extends.
Look at her coming.
I know, and she's like, huh?
We're teasing them. These are fun.
And you can put different little things at the end. Kitty, kitty, yes. Oh, Gemini will do flips.
Yeah.
So we love the flirt pole and Swift Paws. They have, you can set it up in a yard or a field, and you have a remote control, and it's like a lure cursing like track. Yeah. And the dogs and Ziggy will go nuts on that stuff.
I think I saw Swift Paws is like at AKC events now.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I think it's a great just activity, and I've seen them at other pop-up events
especially
too.
For working dogs, like working breeds. It's good to get their minds kind of activated. This is one of our favorites.
Oh, I think I brought mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Twins.
Pet tweezers. Teasers, not tweezers. Pet teasers. They actually gave us these for free at like PetCon, and I have tried so many brushes and the mitt and everything, and my dogs just don't like being brushed, unfortunately. Even my cats. And this is the one that they love and put up with, and even the cats. So this is my favorite brush.
That was great. Like safety light hound.
Oh.
So if we are walking at night, or I don't know, like a night event or anything, I'll put this harness on Ziggy. Maybe the batteries Oh, the battery's dead. Sad. But this lights up really cool. It like can blink, change colors. It has reflectors. So it's like a rave party when I bring this out like at a nighttime. It's so cute.
I have so many things. I'm gonna go quick through some of them.
Yeah, let's go rapid fire.
I have a life jacket in terms of safety. Recommend them all. If you need to know sizes, look at the size chart. Honestly, it's gonna be your best thing. A pouch for carrying treats, poop bags, your phone. I think you got me this one from Lucy & Co. and it's great for going on a walk and not having to carry so much stuff for your dog around. And speaking of walks without carrying stuff, hands-free leash.
Amazing.
When you have 2 dogs especially and you don't want to get tangled, hands-free leash.
Do you use the split leash or not really?
That's the other thing. Yeah, I didn't bring that up, but I put the hands-free if I'm going to go on a walk and I kind of want my phone and my coffee or whatever. But then I also have a split lead, so this will attach to the end of a lead, and then that essentially has like 2 leashes that connect to each dog, and then they control each other, which is great because usually one of my dogs is faster than the other, and I'm kind of like pulling like this. So I always recommend the split lead, especially if somebody's going to be walking my dog for me.
I was influenced off of TikTok Shop with this one. Actually, it wasn't really even TikTok Shop. It was just a woman on TikTok that was at different events, and so these are like sticky and reusable, and they come in like fun colors, but it is, a lint roller.
We go through a lot of lint rollers.
Yeah, so I have like this size. I have a big one that like is like for your floor and furniture, and then a portable one like this. So you just like get the lint and then you rinse it under the water, and then it just like stays sticky.
Hey, look at you being good for the environment.
Yeah, so we love this, and then this is just like a first aid kit that we just bring always traveling on the road. And it has just all the essentials. Yeah. So it's like it's a dog pet first aid kit. So it has all your essentials in here.
That. We have some toys. Again, anything with a squeaker. I'm going to get them going, but all the Kong balls with squeakers. These are my safety net, especially if I'm going to the beach. I can call them anywhere with a squeaker. But I also have this one I haven't used yet, but this is my Ultra Chuck It stick. Very durable. And then getting into fashion. I saw this Carhartt jacket and I just had to buy it for Apollo.
So cute.
He's so cute with it on, and my husband wears all things Carhartt, so this was probably one of his proud moments of matching with his dog finally, and I'm obsessed.
I have a handful of like different grooming things. So I use these like sheared scissors to trim Ziggy's butt.
Yeah.
Little booty trim. This is the brand I use for her toothpaste.
Oh, we have the same one.
Yeah. I saw this off of like social media, and it has like the enzyme in here that breaks down plaque or something like that. So that was recommended. Beef flavor. All these paw and bum wipes are a must, or any type of wipe on the go, because we'll be in dirty places and want to wipe Ziggy's feet, or I need to wipe her bum. This is her nail trimmer.
Oh, they're all looking at you. Not now.
Oh yeah.
Paula does not like.
No, does not like that. And then
that's a filer though. It's like a.
Yeah, it's like it just goes in here.
Yeah. And
files. So I don't have like the cut, but we'll just file down her nails. And then here are just some products I use for like a deodorizer.
We love Scout's Honor.
It's great. And then Sleepy Cotton is it's like a perfume. It's like a mist. So this one is a apricot fresh.
Okay.
So good.
It's for the dogs though, let's be clear. But yes.
So Ziggy will smell good.
But the Scout's Honor, we have the Dog of the Woods one, and it's like kind of like manly smelling, and I love it for some reason. But I spray that when I don't want to give them or between baths, I just kind of spray that to keep them. It's a deodorizer.
Yeah, and they also have like a dry shampoo.
Oh my gosh, it's so strong.
It's so strong. I'm sorry. I just had to though. I like the mist.
It does smell good.
And then this is always a must to have. just because you can use this 3-way ointment for anything. Cuts, scrapes, wounds, whatever. So we always
kind of like the septic powder too that we have for whenever we trim their nails in case it goes too short. I also have a dog hat. I'm obsessed with dog hats, dog bucket hats. They, again, cute on. But some of our, let me pull these up, favorite treat things. The dogs are always bored and need their mind stimulated. So ever since they were puppies, we have been training them, I guess, on these puzzle toys. And so this is like an entry-level one. They get it really quickly now, so I kind of had to level up. We have this one too. It's like different puzzles, and once they get it, it's really honestly cool to see them like figure it out. I'm just like, you would never think a dog knows how to like twist this and turn this and twist this, and they do. So, and then also to keep them occupied is a lick mat.
What does it say?
It says Snack Bandit.
Cute.
But this one's great too because it has like suction cups, so it sticks to the ground, and then you spread like peanut butter or even like dried fruits or whatever on there, and then you can put it in the freezer and last longer than that.
I love that. When we travel and I have Ziggy like in a hotel or something or at the Airbnb or whatever it may be, I bring these. I think I've mentioned this before on the podcast.
We're trying to do the puzzle now.
Oh my goodness. But this, because it's not as easy to hook up to the hotel Wi-Fi to have like a camera, I have my own little router that I have to hook up through my computer and reset every time, get connected to the hotel Wi-Fi, and then I can set up the camera and have that set up to the router. And then when I'm on the go or in meetings or whatever it may be, I can check in and see Ziggy when I'm not with her.
Yeah, I love a camera.
And then continuing on with tech, we love our Fi collar. I will put this on Ziggy. It tracks her steps, walking, sleep, all that fun stuff.
I think last for us, because we've been using this so much lately, is a donut. If anybody has used a cone and they don't like it, I highly recommend a donut. They can slip the collar through, which keeps it on them. And
that's nice.
That's, the best part, honestly. And then they're comfortable, and it's more like a pillow. And then, when they're injured, I did bring that too. Yep.
And then, for the last for us, like feeding, we'll have like slow feeders because Ziggy just goes fast. And then for water, we have our little gulp, which is great. Water comes out, you can put it back in.
Has a filter.
Durable. Like I have used so many of these and they just break.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, I have put this through the test and it's been awesome.
And it like stays down on the ground.
Yeah.
The dogs, even yesterday at the park, I brought that and they like went to hit it over and it like just stayed. So there's so many products, obviously. And I'm sure people have a lot more that they use.
And there's like a ton more.
We have so much.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any though that they're like particularly obsessed with, I'm sure we would love to know. Put it in the Yap It Out form, which you can find in our link in our bio on Instagram, which is at the Yap Corner pod.
All right. I think that kind of wraps everything up. That's our show and tell segment. And hope you enjoyed and maybe you picked up some new ideas or again.
A couple added to their cart.
Yeah. Amazing. Or let us know, comment below or send us a message of some of your favorites and we'll give those shout outs.
You know where to find us, but don't forget to like and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts.
And follow us at the Yap Corner Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Share this episode with a fellow dog lover or dog parent.
That's it for today.
Thanks for yapping.